the possibility that we have, as I was listening to the wonderful teachings here, of refining the breath, accessing the prana, is what we have is the inhale and exhale, basically, as the main aspect that we have a possibility that we have this gift. To the question you are asking, also I feel that one thing comes to my mind, that if you go to any textile mill, you see all these spindles moving, right? If you have been, all these spindles are moving at different speeds. I have been to several of them. One of them, of course, one of my friend owns a big one in Pennsylvania. So many spindles are moving at different speeds, so many angles that they are also placed. But the secret to it is that only one spindle this man is controlling. He is seeing the speed of this particular spindle here, and he is placed there to see that this is moving all right or not. And on that, everything is moving in that aligned speed, what is defined for that particular texture of cloth or weaving. Similarly, that the way we have is that inhale and exhale as a starting point, and if that balance, refinement, you can call it accuracy, that channeling is attained through practices, other things move accordingly in their balance. This is my own personal experience. That just refining the inhale and exhale, where, as I first said yesterday, that what comes in the way with aging, or even sometimes without aging, depending upon the individual health, is shortness of breath. Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. Shortness of breath is the most common thing which I have felt, and to that I have personally taken interest in whenever I am teaching or in my own practice, that first of all to see that if we can make the length little longer. And it is through practice only. This is how it is. It is every time that word practice and regularity in practice and daily practice is emphasized, because you lose things as you stop practicing. The capacity. Sometimes if I have not practiced for a month, in vacation something, the breath does speak, no matter what. So this is not only to just give a concert that I am talking, but the basic practices are there to see that the spindles move in their own speeds, that is the vayus and other movements which are there, they are in that balance when you feel that this inhale and exhale is much more refined in a day-to-day practice. So there is a capacity to it you can do. You can't walk the walk every day. Like if you walk every day, there is a practice, but if you walk once in a month, then if you walk 10 miles, and that's the end of another 6 months of walk. This is the reality. That's why we say Riyaz is a daily practice. Pranayam is a daily practice. Yoga is a daily practice. And people, I was not doing yoga, but I just took up and I plan to spend a couple of hours every day. And sure enough that you will break your back on the first day. Because you're not used to this in art. Similarly, here too, if one has not practiced for a month, it would take about 3 to 4 days to come back to where one is. Because over the years, one has, through one's own practices, found out what works and what doesn't work. You know what you used to do, the long practices, you can make it very short with your own understanding and your own focus. The problem happens is that you may be taking a long breath, but your focus is not there. So it becomes short because of non-focus. To be alert to that we don't need that breath which we took just now. Jai Jai Narayana Narayana Hari Hari Jai Jai Narayana Narayana Hari Hari. Now just see, I took that breath, but actually my capacity is, if I am alert to it, Jai Jai Narayana Narayana Hari Hari Jai Jai Narayana Narayana Hari Hari. See, but I am not alert enough to understand that I can use up this breath. My length is much more than what I think. Because there is some fear that if I now don't take the breath, that's going to be it. That fear comes over when you sing. So people ask me, when should I breathe? Because the way you are singing, you sing like a circular breathing. I said, no, at least I learned one thing, how to breathe. And I'm still learning how to breathe. It teaches you. But if the sadhana, the practice is not there, what will happen is, much more breath is required, because there is shortness of breath is waiting to enter you. This is probably, I would say that from my own experience, it is waiting to enter you. How to make it longer is the first step, because more than music that I sing, chant, and it is melodious and it is tuneful, but to feel that it is so healthy, that's the first part which has come to my mind always.